It's weird that tablet's been doing that with a few things, hasn't it? It is quite an old tablet, mind. I don't know if it's worth resetting and a bit of stream. Yeah, might need a reset or whatever. It's annoying because I use that with me trying. Well, half the reason I bought that was to use with the drone.
Yeah.
We're back now.
Yeah.
You're waiting for another camera.
60 quid. Fit that. I fit it. I bought the cable, but it's still doing the same.
Oh, your drone, yeah.
But anyway, the paranormal, you can take that. I mean, there's such a wide sort of variety of topics in the paranormal, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, in a weird way, this is kind of linked into what we did at Round Table, but this is the paranormal side. How much truth is in the films and.
Well, they like to push certain things in the films, don't they? Like subliminal kind of stuff, brainwashing, whatever you call it. But I mean,
if we weren't taught to be afraid of the afterlife, there is always the risk that we wouldn't be.
Yeah,
and then we would begin to understand what we really are and how powerful we are and how connected we are.
That is so true.
But if they don't keep us fearing, they can't control us.
I
don't watch my movies
took the words out
for
of my mouth
that
for that.
very reason. I know what they're there for, and it goes against everything I know to be true.
Yeah, it entertains me. I find it funny.
I mean,
Yeah,
I do. I watch it for entertainment. I'm not going to say.
If people are going to believe that, well,
Yeah, but that's
believe
the sad
anything,
thing.
like you
People do believe in it, and it's sad. And
yeah.
So there is a ParaQuest UK top tip here. Don't be afraid of the spirit world, no matter what the films tell you.
Yeah.
Well, like Adam says, it's it's not the ghosts you should be afraid of; it's the living.
Yeah.
No, those that are on this plane,
Yes, absolutely.
those are the ones you need to worry about.
Yeah, evil is down here in the physical.
I mean, there has been a couple of films where the outcome's been positive when it's been a paranormal thing.
The Others was good.
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense.
I used to see.
Fantastic, The Sixth Sense.
I love that twist in that.
The Others was a American TV series. Did you ever watch it?
No, I only saw
about a group of psychics. About 5 or 6 people that had different abilities.
Oh no, I'm talking about the film.
Yeah, with Nicole Kidman.
And that was so good.
And they were the ghosts.
Yeah, but I went back and watched it again, thinking, no, that doesn't make sense. How did this happen? And then when you look when she woke up in the morning and all the curtains were down, and she was worrying about the children because they had that skin problem, and she was covering them over with blankets. And I was thinking, that's weird. Why aren't they all like they've been standing in the room? Why aren't they covered in blisters? But of course, I didn't realise that it was them.
Well, it's like that Bruce Willis one where.
Sixth Sense. I went back and watched that again.
Yeah, you have to.
Because he sits there, doesn't he? And doesn't he take his wedding ring off in the restaurant and put it down? No, his wife does. And I just think, and at the time you think, oh God, he's so busy, he's not bothering with her.
Yeah.
And when I go watch it again, it's got a whole new meaning.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Ghost. What do you think of that?
Yes.
I love Ghosts.
Yeah.
I love Ghost. It was quite on the money.
I don't like it unless it's on and I have to start watching it, and then I will feel compelled to watch it. It's strange. It's not a film I'd sit down and watch. I have seen it, and it is good. But it just shows. I like it because it shows how much energy it takes the dead folk to just move something physically. All these people going, oh, they've moved this, they've done that, they're slamming doors, they're pulling things off the cupboard. No, they're not, because they don't have the energy to do that. And it was a really, him trying to just push that picture until he was so angry, it was that energy that did it.
And what was prominent for me is when they're crossing over and you see them coming to get him.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the coin, they dragged him under, didn't they?
Yeah, see, I don't believe in that, but I think it probably made some people happy.
Because I think, what, as above, so below, but it's the other side of the coin, I'd say, it happens up there, it's going to happen down there.
Yeah. As the most recent point was Saturday night with the live stream, I helped a spirit move over, and it was Do you know the next day I felt emotional.
Yeah.
You know, I was a bit fuzzy. I felt a bit fuzzy. You know, and a couple of times I've just wanted to get all teared up. It was.
I can understand that because I get emotional when they come and go. You know,
Yeah.
they go, and you think, oh.
Yeah,
That's
it
really-
was kind of when it. Yeah, after
That's-
done it,
yeah,
it hit me
yeah,
what's just
that's
happened.
right.
It's like. Yeah, I mean the first couple of times I was on the spirit I was knackered. I was trained for days. Now I'm used to it, but yeah, it was a. As to say, just out driving and then. Yeah, but done good. So, you know.
I've got a great prayer that I sent you.
Oh, yeah, you put it on the group.
That I thought, oh yeah, that would be good for, you know, when you start doing the bits we do. You know?
Yeah.
But you have got prayer, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I've got an opening and closing prayer, and plus I've got a copy of the Lord's Prayer and the one to Archangel Michael. To me, that's the only one you need.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because you look it, you're protecting yourself when you get there, and you're looking outside down when you leave it. And yeah, the two are the I mean, the Lord's Prayer is a. I'm as when I'm not religious in any way, but I think that there's one or two things that are pertinent. You know, you don't have to. This is my personal opinion. You know, this is not. This is my view. This is my personal opinion. But you know, there's an Almighty God, whatever you want to call it. You know, or consciousness. I think it's how you look at it. Whatever we describe it as, to me, when you're putting that particular prayer out there, it's you're opening a channel.
It's respectful,
Yeah.
I think, and it's your intent. And because we're all connected to everyone, everywhere, and everything, it will resonate.
My intent is pure when I do that.
It's
like
what you put out in the ether. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
I'm
positive.
doing it because I don't want this energy affecting that energy, if you know what I mean. And then the Archangel Michael, if there's something that wants to get a bit further, but I think I've used it once, something like that. But I mean, you know, those are examples. Another very, very personal opinion of mine is it can be a form of a spell.
Words are
spells.
Words are spells,
They call
yeah.
it spelling in school, don't they?
Yeah.
Words, thoughts, it's all energy.
It's the intent, as you say, it's the intent
The
behind it.
intent is
So-
more important than the words you use.
So it's positive and negative energy, is it? Because we're all energy anyway, and vibration. We run on vibrations and electricity. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I mean, we all throw out massive
I mean,
positive light.
we've all got our different views on things. We can't all be the same. You know,
No.
that's just the way it is.
But there is a recent study, I should have made a note of it, and they've studied several people who were happy to be part of this experiment because they knew they were on end of life care, and so when they passed in a darkened room, and they were glowing. It's a very dim glow.
I saw that.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
I saw
Because we're in such a busy environment, and the light literally goes out when you die. So that's just like, we're making all these discoveries, and everything is pointing to us not just being this physical body. There's so much more.
This is just a physical
But the
experience.
scientists will not.
Science is catching up. It's just really taking
Really slow.
time.
Well, on the flip side to what you just said then, haven't they recorded the moment of conception and there's a spark that ignites?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so when,
it appears at the moment of conception and then disappears when you pass.
Well, when I was pregnant with Emily, I had a threat miscarriage really early, and when I went for my first scan, it was just a black circle. They said that's the baby. Then I had a threat miscarriage, so I went back. I was really, really early in pregnancy, 5-6 weeks, and so that was on the Friday. On the Monday, I went back for another scan, and I said, "What's that flashing?" She went, "That's a heartbeat." It's the electrical pulse of your heartbeat, and it flashes like a light.
Mm.
Of course, by the
Yeah.
time most people have a scan, they're 12 weeks,
Yeah.
and it looks like you can see it moving, but that's what it was, an electrical impulse. That's why they are obliged to keep going with CPR and the defibrillator if your heart still has an electrical impulse.
Yeah.
It's a bit, I don't know, undignified for people who pass anyway, but that's the thing, because you're not
And
actually
it's one of the things I will agree with Catholics on, because I believe that life begins at the point of conception.
I believe life begins when your heart starts, because that's what that electrical impulse is.
Yeah, but they say what is the organ that is most sort of the brain and the heart.
Mm.
So when do you start
The
actually?
organ that's most what?
When do you start actually being?
Which one kicks in first?
Yeah,
you mean?
which one are kicking first?
Well, you can't feel anything until your brain develops, because that's where all of your feeling comes from. Everything, every pain you have in your body, every emotion you have, it's all from your brain. So until your brain is developed, you can argue then that actually there's no feeling either. And you begin life as an arsehole.
Mm.
Like I said, you're literally
Yeah.
a bum hole for a while there, yeah. The
Yes.
other thing they did is they discovered that the weight of the human soul is around 7 grams. So I don't know if you've heard
Yes,
that.
I have heard that, yeah.
And they weighed people, and
Wasn't it debunked?
well, it was supposedly debunked, but I have done some research into it because it really interested me. And they had this big man who was not a particularly active man when he was alive, and he was not very quick to do anything, whether it was answer a question or
Yeah.
turn the telly, anything. He was just a very slow man. That's just how he chose to live his life. And when he passed, his soul didn't leave his body for a few hours. But every single person that's part of this experiment, they put them in hammocks, because obviously when you pass, everything just goes. So it caught everything. Nothing was left.
Yeah.
It was all around 7 grams. I think the average was 7 grams, so maybe some was 7.5, some 6.5, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not even like saying the soul is that way. It's like, where did that way go? We've caught everything in this. Where has it gone? It's not air, because air doesn't weigh anything.
No.
So why are they
And you
all
wouldn't
losing a
decompose
similar
that quickly,
amount
would you? So.
Exactly. So I don't know if it is the soul, but that's what they've suggested it is, and I guess until they come up with another explanation, that's all we have. But something leaves your body and makes you around 7 grams lighter when you pass. And then they put, I'm guessing all these people volunteered, someone in a glass coffin, sealed.
Yeah.
And when he passed, you saw a light come out of him, and it put a hole in the glass and just went.
Wow.
That's on YouTube.
Oh wow.
And I think there's a few, not many, but there was a few. It's really quick, so you have to,
So would you say that was like an orb?
yeah, well, orbs are spirit in their purest form, aren't they? So, yeah, what else would it be? It doesn't have to be body shaped
Could be
anymore.
anything.
Yeah.
Really. But I mean, what fascinates me is how we develop, and we have amphibian DNA. We have webbed feet, webbed hands, tail, and then that all retracts. Our reptilian DNA goes into mammalian DNA, and that really fascinates me. How you transform
That's
one
evolution, isn't
into
it?
another. So
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
think
well,
most mammals will, when their hands are formed, or the paws, they're webbed, aren't they? And then they separate as tissue.
yeah, some people
Yeah.
don't.
and I've seen babies swimming underwater.
Yeah.
That's because they spent their
Like in the
existence
placenta,
in,
you know,
in
in
fluid.
a
in
sac,
amniotic fluid.
amniotic fluid, yeah.
Yeah.
If the baby's born first, and I think it's after 6 weeks, if you drop a baby in water, it'll probably drown.
Yeah.
So it's got to be from a very, very young age,
Yeah, of course.
while they still feel the
While they
water
still-
is, yeah.
Yeah.
People are scared to do it, so they tend not to.
So I mean, there was, I may have mentioned before, but watching, I know we've spoken about reincarnation before,
Mhm.
but the very famous case, I think it was that Jack, who was a World War II pilot in the States.
Yeah.
He got shot down in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
And he said that he picked his parents. Oh,
We know that we pick our
Mm.
parents. I wonder
We
why
don't.
I picked one of mine.
We do pick our parents, and we
Yeah.
do pick our instances in life, whether it's karma, what we're supposed to do to enlightenment, you know, to go up the ladder. I
Yeah,
don't know.
there've been reports from, I can't remember, there was a documentary, I don't know if it's The Boy Who Knew Too Much or something like that it was called, about a young boy who started talking to his parents and saying that he lived in his town and he had this family, and they actually went and investigated.
And
it
it's
was
true.
wasn't that
Yeah.
Scott? Wasn't that Scottish?
Yeah, Scotland.
Yeah, I've seen
But
that.
there's a
Yeah,
more
that's
recent one,
fascinating.
isn't there? That was on. It was either on YouTube.
Something
or
cropped up the other day, I didn't
on
know whether it's the
Facebook,
same one or
Reels.
not.
No, this was a boy saying to his mum that he fell out of the Twin Towers, and he said, "I don't remember anything because I died." And he's so matter of fact. And he's talking about how hot it was in there and why he did
Yeah.
it. And his
Yeah.
mum was saying, like, when I think about this happening, I don't think of that man. I think of my little boy going through this because he remembers it.
Mm.
And he remembers stuff that he wouldn't know. Unless you were in the building, you wouldn't know.
That's a strange thing to remember as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Mm.
And he's
For a
only
young
little,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah, I think most, like, don't they say that most memories go by the age of 7 or something or other? Any
So as I
times and-
understand it, I think it's around the 8, yeah, about 7 or 8.
Because that's before the actual blocks really develop, isn't it? Because after 5, they
See,
start.
I was thinking about this. I think doesn't your skull take a really, really long time to heal
Mm.
when you're a child? I mean, women will be able to give birth to babies if they were fully grown. So your skull fuses over a period of years, and
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
the little crap that's in the water and everything
Yeah.
else, maybe the pineal gland is
Oh yeah. Cool.
damaged before it's. See, I don't know, I'm just speculating. I've never even really thought about it, but maybe. But I do remember Ash said to me that when babies sleep so much because their soul goes back to the spirit world until it gets accustomed to being inside a physical,
Environment.
and then they just get bogged down with the
Nice.
physical. You look at people who are really, really in tune with themselves and spirit, people who don't have anything to do with the modern world. Tibetan monks, they spend their life committed to meditating. They don't mess about on computers and on YouTube and faff about on TikTok. People who live off grid, they're
It's just like
way
the
more-
Amish, isn't it? And stuff like that.
Yeah, they're way more in tune with what they are.
Nature and
I
that.
think I interact with technology when I have to, rather than I want to.
Like we talked about Red Indians earlier. I mean, even that,
Native
one with
Americans,
nature.
yes. Yeah, they are. They are way better at things like that than we are. We're so far down the line of not being able to cope with that bloody screen.
I watched. I'll keep on about this film. You should watch
The
it.
Serpent
And
and
the
the Greyhound,
Rainbow.
or whatever it's
The
called.
Rainbow.
That's it. You're certain right.
Because
I'm even going to
the
watch that.
shaman in that, gives Bill Pullman a drink, and he's guy says he wants you to drink that. He goes and he drinks it, and he totally sees his animal guy. It's really, really good.
James has mentioned Barbarian, good horror. I know going back to horror films, but then obviously we were talking about the essence, and he said it's a spiritual experience. Our duty is to have a good soul. And then he's put the Mandela effect is a great example that this is a spiritual existence.
The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
See, I'm still, jury's out for me with that still, but I do understand why people.
talk about Mandela effect.
The Bob Bella effect.
Yeah.
The Bob Bella effect.
Oh, that's so. You can see this.
Okay.
Oh, this little face.
Right, I'm gonna have to go. Oh, someone's letting me out. I have to go let me.
Yeah, I don't know about the Mandela effect. I find the whole thing very puzzling.
Well, it is puzzling. I mean,
Yeah.
when you watch a film and you know a certain saying in that film, you've watched it enough times, and then all of a sudden
It changes.
they never said it, and you think, well, no, I'll remember it.
But is it, see, this is my question, is it that they, is it a time shift, or is it like a timeline shift, or is it that they've gone back and changed everything? So
I
when
think-
you look at it on Google,
I think that you could be right in what you said. I think they've interfered with the timeline.
But then that doesn't make sense because everyone will be remembering the same things.
Yeah.
I remember Eric Sykes dying when I was a child. I know he died because I loved him. I was in love with the guy. I had no idea why. I was a kid and I thought he was the greatest, funniest man ever. And I cried. I cried when I remember sitting on the sofa next to my mum. My granddad wasn't even dead then. And I was distraught that Eric Sykes had died. And he turned up in Harry Potter.
And not only
What?
that,
Even my mum said,
Yeah.
I remember him dying. I remember all the tears
yeah.
because Eric Sykes had
So
died.
what happened?
Well, maybe he didn't die. Maybe he went away because he didn't want any more thing, and then he came
That's
back. You
possible.
know,
Yeah.
people do things like that, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe he never intended to come back into the public eye, and then they offered him money to be the gardener or whatever he was in Harry Potter. But yeah, I know loads of people who said, I'm sure they died already.
Well, the biggest one was Nelson Mandela, wasn't it?
Hence the Nelson Mandela effect. Yeah.
That's why they call it the Mandela
Yeah.
effect.
I've missed the last few minutes. James has said Gordon Ramsay or Gordon Ramsay.
What,
I'm not sure what he's on
the
about.
chef?
Gordon, is he saying Gordon Ramsay or Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay or Z?
Oh yeah, that's it. So does that make sense? Because he's saying Gordon
Is it-
Ramsay or Gordon Ramsay.
It's Gordon Ramsay.
Oh. Right. How
Do you
was
know, I
his name
don't know
spelled?
what it is.
I always thought it was with an E.
But I thought it was Ramsay.
What did
I-
the lamb lay down with in the Bible?
I don't do the Bible.
The wolf,
so I
yeah.
have no idea.
What did
I've
what?
always
Lion.
heard the lion and the
Yeah.
lamb lay down.
Say the Mr.
Yeah.
The
But now it's the
masochistic
wolf.
lion.
No, it's the wolf.
Oh, well, yeah, but well, they do say wolf in sheep's clothing, don't they? So
Yes.
maybe there's a connection there. But the thing is, everything
Matthew's-
is open to being changed. And it depends which Bible you read because none of them are the same. Every single
That's true.
version is created for that particular
No
denomination.
wolves in the Middle East.
Hmm?
No wolves in the Middle East.
Yeah, but there was no census when Mary went and registered either. 10 years either side of when Jesus was apparently born. And we know there were no shepherds out watching their sheep around Christmas time because it was winter. So Jesus wasn't born in winter either. Nothing in the Bible makes sense.
No.
How did Noah get around the world and gather up two of each animal?
I
No one
just-
makes reference to these
it's-
amazing traits.
I just think it's like any other book. It's been added. It's been bits have been taken
Yeah.
away.
Or we've
It's
just
an old
missed,
book.
or
That's what I think.
we've just misinterpreted the book.
It
Oh,
is,
it's
I
been-
think it
yeah.
is probably the greatest, most influential novel.
I mean, there's stuff in the Bible which is been scientifically proven.
But that's
Which
easy,
is
isn't
wonderful.
it? Because if you write something after you know it, you're going to make it right.
But as I say, I think Paul Wallace has nailed it with the stuff that's written in the Bible. This is Paul Wallace's view. This is my view, probably to a certain extent.
I don't know.
What
who
do you
the
mean?
author
It
is.
fits the time. Fits.
Well, Paul Wallace talks of because in the Old Testament in particular, it talks of the Elohim, which translated means
The gods.
the powerful ones.
Oh, you're
Which is
talking.
plural.
Are you talking about the book of?
Book of Enoch.
Yeah, Enoch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that was the one that got left out, wasn't it?
But how do we
Ezekiel.
know?
Out, yeah.
How do we know that's actually part of the Bible that was left out?
Well, the Bible is just a group of scriptures and ancient scrolls, isn't it?
But it's
all put together.
Is it though? It's just what we've been told. We don't know that.
Yeah,
we
that's
actually
true.
don't know.
Mm.
And what's happened
we
from
weren't
the
there,
Bible
no.
is we have a vast institution that absolutely controls people's minds and tells them what they can believe
that's the
and who
problem.
they can hate
Mm.
and where to give their money. It's
Yeah.
like this is about mass control, mind control.
And what is the centre for that? It's got to be the Vatican, isn't it?
Vatican is Catholic.
It's
It's not
Catholic,
Christian.
yeah.
Well, it is
Catholic-
Christian because
well,
Christian
Catholic-
literally believes someone who means someone who believes in Christ. But Catholicism is much.
I mean, I
more
was
orthodox.
kind of with the C of E because they broke away from the Catholic
Well,
Church.
James has just said he's got to go, unfortunately. Thank you and take care.
Thanks.
It's been a
Well,
pleasure,
thank
James.
you, James.
Yeah,
Very
look
nice
forward
to
to
talk
hearing
to
from
you.
you. Yes, yeah, we hopefully look forward to seeing you again. The old just going back to what Paul Wallace is talking about, saying that it literally describes a collective, not a one omnipotent being. It describes
But it
several.
said what's the bit where it says they've become like us, like one of us gods or something rather, and he actually says gods plural in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man has become like us.
Yeah, and the things, the same stories have been recorded in different, with different civilizations, the Sumerians and Babylonians and
Yeah.
Hittites and all
Yeah.
the rest of
But
it.
all
They've all
civilizations-
recorded the
Yeah.
same stories.
And all
But different names.
civilizations,
Some of them got different
all
names.
civilizations believed in gods, not God.
That's
Gods
it,
was
yeah.
a god of
Yes.
the sun,
Yeah.
And you
a god of
see,
the water, a god of the mountains. So therefore, if
Yeah.
you're going to write a Bible, you will speak about gods,
Mm.
not one god.
Well, that's what they put in the that's what the Old Testament
Yeah,
was.
so it's just what they believe.
Mm.
It's not been given to them by God at all.
So it's just a. I mean, the New Testament with Jesus. I mean, we talk about the Christ consciousness.
That was a
Which-
big change from the Old Testament, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
Old Testament is sort of,
Fire and
cut
brimstone.
your son's throat if he
That's
has to do
it.
that.
Yeah.
But you'll be burned if you wear mixed
This-
fibres. If
this
you have two
all-
different crops together,
all
I'm going to
loving,
strike
all-
you down.
Yeah. All.
They have done
It's all
experiments on
loving.
clothing though.
Um,
They have done experiments on clothing as to the frequencies, and wool and linen cancel each other out. Apparently, that's why they say don't wear
Yeah,
wool
yeah,
and
don't
linen.
mix
them.
Linen. Yeah, either one or the other.
You can wear them together. You can't wear them if they're mixed twine.
Right.
So
Oh, right,
if you wear a linen shirt and then you wear a pure wool cardigan, that's fine. But if they're mixed, if the material is mixed and made into one garment,
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Hmm.
In the Bible, this all-knowing, all-loving God.
not
He
very lovely. He kills
described
everyone.
himself as I'm a jealous God.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a jealous God.
So-
I'm a cruel and jealous God.
That's it.
And I think someone upset him, and so he said, "I'm going to kill everyone now,
Yeah.
and all the innocent animals.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this bloke permission to build a boat.
There was a
Somehow,
reason for
this
that.
bloke's going to get around the world, and he's going to take two of each animal, which are just going to be lining up waiting to get in. They're just going to walk up the plank.
Noah was a descendant of one of the
Noah.
gods.
Wasn't real.
I think
Bible.
he was.
Wasn't real. There was no great flood. There were lots of floods all
Yeah.
around the
There
world.
there
which
have
is right.
They-
have been
all-
great floods. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've,
I mean,
they've,
loads of-
they've,
and
what-
if you- if
about 29 BC or 2900 BC or something was a great flood of Noah.
there's been a few cataclysms like that. There's
All
been a few.
Guardian deluge.
You
and-
think about what happened in Japan. That tsunami.
Mm.
Where was it? Whatever.
Yeah.
Where the nuclear power station was.
Oh,
Fukushima.
If that hadn't been a nuclear power station and we weren't in touch with everyone around the
Fukushima,
globe,
you
that
mean?
would have been a great flood.
Mm.
That would have been regarded as a great flood. That would be written up as a great flood.
Yeah.
But actually, it's not, is it? It's a tsunami and it was great for them. So when you have all these writings and you've got no way of dating when they come from, because we know carbon dating isn't that reliable.
No, that's right.
You could have someone writing about a flood from 1,000,000 years ago and someone writing 10,000 years ago and go, oh, must be all around the world then.
Doesn't the written word only go back about 5,000 something BC?
I
haven't
don't
found
know.
any older
Don't know.
writings
Oh.
before then.
Yeah, but
They did
how
pretty pictures.
far do we go back? That's the thing. And who? I mean, they're
Millions of years.
they're talking about. Oh no, I can't. Don't talk about that. But the reptiles were here before we were.
Mm.
You know, and they were underground and that, you know, and stuff.
The dinosaurs are reptiles, aren't they?
Well,
They've,
that's
they've,
it. Terrible,
they've
isn't
found
it?
They didn't
footprints
exist
inside,
before.
human footprints inside
Hmm.
dinosaur footprints or lizard footprints or whatever.
I thought you said inside dinosaurs. Yes, they are. That's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and it's returned to Jurassic Park.
Oh, there's a new one out now, isn't there?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've lost count with them, to be honest. I mean, you know, the first one, or the first two, I suppose, were like just wow.
Mm.
And you know, you just
I've
sat
been
there
trying to
watching
watch
them,
them, but
wow.
I just can't. I feel bad for the dinosaurs because we've just decided to make them and we're going to make them do what we want to do. And then when they do wrong, we're going to kill them.
Well, they didn't exist before 1800 in anyone's imagination, did
Very
they?
typically
They only found them in the 1800s.
human. Well, we weren't looking. That
Oh,
woman
yeah.
found
Well,
something.
all these
down in,
great
And who
buildings
these
they're built.
Who these built? Yeah, I was just
So
to
they
say
never
that.
dug them up.
Who built all these great grandeur structures with massive doorways and the roads? They couldn't even.
But they right, okay. So
Right,
the
roads.
reason the roads didn't count is because the roads were for common people. No one cared about us. They still don't. Nothing's changed. Look
Yeah.
at potholes.
No.
So when they built these grand buildings, they were always public buildings. So there would have been courthouses. They would have been I don't know, libraries, things
Yeah.
that the public could use and be like,
In all.
oh my god, yeah. But you look at the houses were shit.
Yeah.
Shanty
And
towns.
all the mud was just thrown on the road. And
You
the
had all
reason
the
we
horse
see-
manure as well,
Yeah,
didn't you?
and the reason it looks like we had bigger buildings and they built into the ground is because all the mud eventually just got spread out and it starts.
Oh. Okay.
Heather's smoking.
Yeah, don't always shut that off.
That's never happened before.
No, it hasn't.
Hello, what's going on here?
It's a good job
Wow.
the
Yeah,
year's
so it all
already
just
turned.
got chucked to the side.
Mm.
No one cared about normal people. We were not important.
Yeah, but why were the doors so bloody big? And we
Because
were
it's
so
impressive.
small.
Why? Think about it. How does that make you feel?
Small.
Something
Yeah.
that huge, yeah. Particularly
And,
in things like churches,
and
it's
like-
all about reaching to
And
God.
I'm talking about building them.
Yeah.
I mean,
With
you know,
horse
they
and
built
cart
them so
and
quickly.
shovels and
They
pickaxes.
didn't build them quickly.
Well,
they took
it's
many,
like-
many
They
years.
did
to
that.
build.
And
Yeah.
like the pyramids, they built sort of precision. Come on, I mean, there's all these. Where do they get the tools to cut them precisely?
Well,
You know,
the
I mean,
thing
you
is, you
can't-
can watch
you can't
documentaries
explain
that say these were cut with precision tools, and then you see a
You're
documentary.
trying to tell us that you've
And
done a
it
chicken
says,
bone.
actually, it wasn't that smooth, but it is quite impressive for someone with a basic chisel. But you've got to remember, these were absolute craftsmen at the top of their game. You wouldn't get to build a library or a cathedral if you were just like a regular builder. It's not like the crap we get here doing our extensions.
Mm.
These were absolute craftsmen who were like, they were members of guilds. They were top,
They
top,
don't build
top.
anything like that now, though, do they?
No, because
There's
it's
no
all done
pieces
on.
there.
Statues.
No.
Everything now is functional, cheap,
Yeah, that's it.
not built to last.
Yeah, yeah.
Back then, they thought it was gonna
Go forever.
amazing life was gonna go on forever, and they wanted something to leave
That's.
as
I
a
mean,
legacy.
yeah. I mean, you think about what the Colosseum. You know,
Yeah.
the Roman Empire. I thought it would.
Lasts for thousands of years.
Yeah. It would be going. It would go and go and go and
And
go.
things were built to last. They
Yeah.
were.
And the like the pyramids are like powerhouses, aren't they? They're like, you know,
I don't know. There's too many theories.
they used to
about
have
them.
gold tops, didn't they?
If
No, it's
there's-
limestone casing.
Limestone's good
Yeah.
insulated. Gold is a good
They would
conductor.
have been so beautiful.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
They
they
found
had a
some of the
function.
casing stones at the bottom, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they started.
And those,
going
those, what they call the sarcophagus
Mm.
in there, instantly no mummy's ever been found in one.
away.
They are reportedly the exact size and shape to house an ark. And there's not just one ark,
An
there's
ark?
about, you know, the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And there's not just one of them, there's about 12 or 13 of them.
Right. Okay.
And they're,
So they're
they're-
powerhouses.
yeah.
Like
As we know, all descriptions of what happened when the arks have been open, or when people have been too near them, that not wearing certain clothing, they've all had what's been described as radiation sickness or radiation
And it's the
burns.
location as well, the,
Yeah.
the precise, you know, alignment with the head. But thousands of years ago, the stars were different, in a different location.
So, I mean,
Exactly.
So, you know, how come?
Yeah, you didn't have the 12 signs of the zodiac up until around 3,000 years
I
ago?
don't know. But the fact that you can line those up with Orion's belt for a particular time
Hmm.
shows that that must have been when they, during a certain period, that must have been when they were built.
so here's a thing to throw out. So, you know, if we've been around all that time, are any of those souls from those people that died in that time still here, or they all moved on?
Do you mean if they reincarnated, or do you
Yeah,
mean that
yeah, they come back.
it's up
or,
to them? You don't have to reincarnate, it's your choice, and you certainly don't have to come back here. Some
Right.
of them could have had loads of lives.
Because do you remember, going back to the reincarnation thing, there was a woman, it was described in the Y Files actually, a woman who claimed that she was in Egypt and she became an Egyptologist, and she was incredibly good at it, and she was able to describe it was either a garden that was underground and no one knew of its existence, but they dug up and sure enough
It was there.
it was exactly as she described. It was there. So
So she must have been reincarnated, a reincarnated Egyptian,
yeah,
maybe to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've had, we've all had past lives, and I had one in Egypt as an Egyptian.
Hmm.
I don't know. I remember vaguely about it, but not any great detail. But you know, I've had one as an Indian, a red Indian, in you know, and so we've all had different incarnations. You know, between us, we might have met up in many previous lives.
Yeah.
It's been family. Who
It's
knows?
possible.
So what would you think of when someone says that's saying they've got an old soul? What would
Well, that's
We've all
exactly.
got old souls. All of us. Yeah.
We've been here many times. You know, who knows? I mean, there's you got what do you call it? Dimensions. You got this. You got that. You got timelines. You got this. You know, I mean, like I say, you got incarnations of different. I mean, you've been the female many times. You've been male many times, and been different people. So, you know, it's funny how our brains are erased. Some of us can remember a past life. I mean, I've experienced my past life because I used to sit in a group that specialised in that, and yeah, I was taken back to a few. You know, some of it wasn't very nice. Some of it was real shocking
yeah?
to look at yourself in that
I
light
think you've done
and think
things.
you've done very bad things.
Yeah, that you would not even
You would not
contemplate in this.
Contemplate in this
yeah,
one, and you
yeah.
think that makes sense in a way because maybe that's why you don't like what's going on now because it's brought you up to that point, you know, where you've progressed.
It does seem like if you think of like a maybe silly analogy, but compared to a computer game, and you go through certain levels, but you still remember what you did in a previous level, and you learned from that experience. And
Yeah,
for
But
us,
your
it
brain
does seem
isn't the
silly
same
for
anymore.
us
Your
to
memory is
yeah,
in your brain, not in
to
your...
not have some kind of memory, skill set, or whatever of our past life
Yeah, we
to be able
do.
to bring.
Like some people are just naturally gifted in music or art or you know, they're just good at these kids that can just build things out of nothing. You just think, wow, they're like,
Yeah, but to remember
As a
it
child.
from a previous life. You know?
but that is a leftover thing. It's something you bring
It's a
with
trait
you.
you brought through from your previous
but
experience.
not
Yeah.
only that, maybe that's our way of evolving into a higher
Our soul involved.
being and a
Yeah.
higher soul. Yeah.
So the last time, I shouldn't really mention him because normally it all goes a bit wrong. So last time the person who shall remain unnamed
I mentioned.
spoke through me, which it was at the church, he said there is no one on this planet currently now who has not had a past life because this planet is considered so brutal that a new soul wouldn't survive. So every person who is here has had at least one other physical life on a different plane or a different dimension or a different plane, but physical.
Or different time.
Well, we call
But
it
yeah, whatever.
different planes.
But they so not here. No one now ever has their first life here because it's so brutal
Not
and we
now
are
or
being
not-
watched
yeah.
and it is no one can interfere and we are just the centre of everything right now. It's almost like I don't know. It's like watching a soap opera, I guess, for some people. And
Do you think it's building up to a crescendo to something?
I think there is this
I
is a
think
spiritual
if
war.
people consider themselves spiritual and they are not aware of this weird feeling of Ash said this to me when he was really little and I didn't get it and I do now, and he said, Mum, what's it called when you're really excited about something and you know something's coming and you can't remember what it is? And I went, what do you mean? He went, you know, like you forget you're going to a party, but you know in your head you're going to a party and you're excited about it. But I said, oh, I think that's just, you know, looking for something, it's just excitement. He said, right, he said, have you got that feeling? I said, no. He said, I have. I said, oh, why? He went, I don't know. But something big's going to happen and I'm really excited. And he said that over and over and over and over again when he was little. And he said, what do you mean? He says, the holidays coming up, it was Christmas. He went, no, bigger than that for lots and lots of people. He didn't say anymore. But if you're a spiritual person and you're not getting this sense of anticipation, I think you're missing something. It's like,
We've all
it's
got
almost there, you know, it's
Yeah.
spitting distance.
Mm.
Something is coming and I don't know what it is.
We've
It could
all
be
got
the
that
shift.
now, haven't we? It's like that. It's
Yeah.
like that calling now. We're all on this same sort of
And we're all
playing
gravitating
yeah.
toward, I think spiritual people, I hate that, it sounds so pretentious, doesn't it? people like us, whatever, are starting to gravitate towards other people like us. So
Yeah.
we are becoming a collective, not one big collective, but collectives in little groups across the globe. And I suspect that we have work to do, but I don't know what that work is.
I
think
my work is.
that's
But he has said
I think that's why
it's
we're
coming.
here
He
as well.
keeps saying that it's
Yeah.
coming, and you are going to be pivotal in this. And he also said that quantum physics. I don't understand quantum physics.
No.
So
It's when
quantum physics is we think it's the answer
two
to
link
everything.
thing, yeah.
And he said it is, but we are missing a crucial piece, and we're not looking in the right direction. And it's small, and it's right there.
Right,
And
yeah.
when we discover it, not us, obviously, when whoever's looking for it discovers it, everything will fall into place. Our mindset will change. Everything will change. And I suspect that's the point of the shift, because if it's right there in front of you, it's undeniable. Right now, it's quantum theory. It will become quantum fact.
Quantum, very. If I've got this right, quantum physics at a very base level is where two seemingly independent things can happen at either side of the planet, but they're linked.
Yeah, you can have
But
two
they have
particles.
that's
that-
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is
they
that
both do
100
the same.
monkey syndrome?
Eh?
100 monkey syndrome.
I think that's a description of it, yeah. But if I've got this right, quantum physics at a very, very basic level is where two seemingly independent things happen at either side of the planet, but they're both linked and they both happen at the same time.
Yeah. It's like it's the study of the smallest particles of something, anything. Yeah, that's all I know.
And
It's on a really like atom level.
yeah, and it has been studied and been seen. But so to say,
Yeah,
two seemingly
yeah.
independent things have done the same thing at the same
It's
time.
not string theory.
They might be straight.
No, wait, no, that's not. See,
So-
there's too much out there.
So
Yeah.
would that sort of make changes in the space-time kind of, like change things on the planet
I
now?
think
Right,
as he's
that's
made.
why we're getting the Mandela.
Yeah, I
effect.
don't know. I think so. As I understand it, as he makes me feel is that I think I've said this before. It's not going to be like here's the 5D Earth, and here's the 3D Earth, and you're not going to die, and we're going to. That's not how it is. It's like nothing's really going to change physically for us, but emotionally and spiritually and mentally, we will move. We will progress to another level, and we will find people that no longer not serve us, that's not right, but no longer are on our level, will just not be important to us anymore. We'll just end up separating, and we'll have
Well,
We'll
leaving
have
them behind,
one-
you mean?
not literally,
No,
they'll
I
still
mean-
live next door.
No,
for
no, I
example.
mean in
Or they'll still
kind
be
of-
your dad or your daughter,
in a kind of
but you
in
won't need them.
a
It's like
spiritual thing.
yeah, it's like leaving uni,
just-
and then maybe one or two people you'll keep in touch with, and the
Yeah.
rest just.
Yeah,
And
just for
it
one way.
just feels it's going to be a bit like that, and then their lives will remain as they are, and ours will become different
Because
because
they won't
we are
have
on a
nothing-
love
Yeah, because
vibration.
they won't have nothing in common with us anymore.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah, but I don't see how that's going to work because
So I mean, it's,
I don't know. I don't know. And it's almost like not parallel universes because we'll still see them, we'll still say hello to them.
yeah.
That it will just be a separate thing.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine it
The
happening.
lights on, but no one's home.
Well, it's like you'll be
Unless we
talk-
become unaware of them.
it's like you'll be talking to them and you've got nothing in common.
I don't think it's even that. I think it's like I think what you're describing is the many people that we've come across in their lives, and they're probably too interested in the physical,
Yeah.
the immediate
Oh,
surroundings,
yeah,
just this
material-
physical time.
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
seeing what we'd look at as the bigger picture. That it's not just about this table, that curtain.
Yeah, but that's what's
Um,
happening now, mate. Because
yeah.
they're in their glass houses.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's
They're not
happening
moving.
physically.
They're not moving
Yeah.
out of it.
But it will be a spiritual shift.
You
not
don't
a
see,
physical
yeah.
shift.
I don't see anything else beyond what's physically in
That's
front
what
of
I
us.
mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So that's where we're at, and it's why we've we've all
Come together.
Yeah, we've come together, and it also does find people out, as we know.
Yeah.
It is weird because I don't fully understand it, but
Good,
we are
I thought it was probably going to be a bloody moth.
a topic of conversation out there
Yeah.
in other dimensions and
It is,
other
it is interesting. I mean,
places.
when you think about it, I mean, how we got here to this point, and you're thinking, well, what's next? You know,
Yeah,
you can't
I
wait
feel-
for the next one, can you?
I kind of feel I know where I'm going with stuff now, and you know, and again, it's something I've said before. I bounced around from job to job. You know, I did spend a bit in retail, and you know, I've cut sponges for a living down the road from here.
All right.
I've done what I've run behind dust carts. I've done whatever.
Mm.
But when I come into the nightclub world, something was like I like the environment. I like the lively, you know.
Mm.
Some of the music choices were a bit, you know, suspect. I should put out, you know, some of the more urban stuff I really didn't like. I just felt, you know, when you say you can walk into a situation, you can cut the
Yeah,
atmosphere.
it doesn't resonate.
Certain music created that atmosphere. So I sort of gravitated away from that. But as I say, that was kind of a step into, I like this, I like where I'm at with this, you know. And then becoming a DJ nearly 20 years ago now, next year will be 20 years. I've been a DJ, and as I said, I've
You
popped
can choose your
about.
own music then, can't
Aye.
you? You can choose your own music.
Exactly,
to listen
exactly.
To.
And if you go to one of my nights, you will not hear anything what you could describe as more negative. I try and play stuff that's just going to
Good vibes.
bounce your vibes up.
I definitely
That's
think
what I
there's
like
something in,
to do.
and they know, and that's why they play it. There's something in the music that they can, whether it's the frequency of it or whether it's just the beat or what, but
Yeah, our frequency is
it can make you, you know,
Yeah.
maybe it kills your brain cells or something like that. But there's, I mean, that's some like silly little things like my boys sometimes they'll, you know, have something on in the background and I ask them to because it just makes me my skin crawl.
cringe.
It's just it's horrible.
Yeah.
Because you
It's
feel
like-
uncomfortable.
There's certain artists I can no longer listen to.
It's your
If someone wants to sing it or, you know, or request it, then okay, I'll do it. But I just can't. There's something in me now. I just
Like
can't
what?
play.
Give us an example.
Madonna.
I struggle with that stuff to be fair from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean,
But you're a man, so
some
sometimes
the early stuff was like, yeah, okay.
It wasn't about the music. Come on.
It weren't, no, yeah, she was
And you
hot.
say there's more to it than that.
Yeah, she looked hot. There's no two ways about it.
Oh,
Um,
now we're getting to the nitty.
Yeah, and you know the early playful party 80s cheesy stuff. All right, so I
Had a
still
bit of
got.
vibe to it, didn't
Yeah, it did have a bit of vibe. I started way up to, mind you, she kind of stopped doing shit anyway, so it don't matter. The one she brought out in 2005, which had the ABBA back into it. Diddly diddly diddly.
Oh yeah.
Every little thing that you say you'll do.
I'm
Hung up, that's it, hung up. Hung up, I don't mind. But yeah, I don't actively, like, you know, just, Beyonce's the worst one. And do you know the annoying thing is, there's one or two of her tunes that I did really like. Yeah, it's just something just stops me. Like, I just can't do it. It's sort of,
Fair enough.
but you know, if it's Bob or if it's Michael or you know some of the soul and the two-tone reggae, you know, and the house music scene. I mean, trance is one of the most uplifting.
I love
it.
It's so.
I love ambient and trance
Put you up there.
stuff. Yeah, we all do it. We
No
really do.
wonder we can't have. No wonder we don't have it anymore. So they can't do that.
Sure.
No, you do still get trance.
Yeah, I know, but it's. I mean, it's
It's
not
not mainstream.
active, is it? You know, the late 2000s. The late 90s, the early 2000s. Trance was as it high. Was at its.
Yeah, but that's just how it works.
Maybe they throw this this stuff out as an experiment to see how the masses react.
Maybe.
And then if
Could
they,
be.
if they
It's
react
like
on
we
a
can't
positive
have
note,
it.
it's like no, withdraw.
Yeah,
Do you remember the
that's
acid
what.
music?
Yeah.
Again, yeah. Funny, I was watching the Rise of the Foot Soldier again the other night. I've seen it for a long, long time, especially after what we've all done.
What's the reason?
It's the film based on the Essex Boys, but it was
nothing to
since.
do with soldiers then.
What you mean?
No,
when they
it's
was,
foot soldiers because he
when
was
they were
RCF.
at the nightclub, you mean?
Yeah,
At Rackhills,
that's
was it? Was it Rackhills?
it was well, the first one was centred around Colton Leach, and it went into the shootings. But Colton, you know, he made his name on the terraces at the ICF. Went into door work, and then there's a clip of him at a rave, and it's like, what's going on? Everyone's just loving each other. Do you know what I
That
mean?
might be something to do with what they were popping at the time.
That helps. Yeah, that did help.
Oh, Neil's just joined.
Hello, Neil.
Right now,
Good evening.
Hi,
Good
Neil.
evening. Yeah, that certainly helped, but I've.
Is that the same stuff? Because I never took any of that stuff, but is that?
Neither did I.
I hear that stuff was the stuff that they gave the Vietnam soldiers, who you know when they had no, not the killing stuff that that made them have PTSD.
what you mean?
They gave them
the
pills and stuff.
Right.
They used
made
to
them
hallucinate.
sort of, yeah, made them trip.
Yeah.
Probably.
Was it acid or that sort of stuff?
Acid would have been the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just weren't expecting it.
Psychotropic drugs. They
Mm.
did.
Yeah.
They did use them.
I think if you can wind it, you know, if you wind it back, 25, 26 years now, we at peak humanity in the end of the 90s.
I think the 80s, 90s were.
We was heading there in the 80s, and when the Berlin Wall
Significant
come
change all of a
down, and you know, and the old doomsday clock was at
Everything just changed,
midnight.
didn't it?
Yeah, which is the furthest away from anything it had ever been. You sort of looked ahead with genuine, with a sort of
Hope.
genuine hope.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It was a feeling of euphoria.
Mm.
Really good
We
feeling.
were
in the
moving
80s
forward.
and 90s.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden it went to pot.
Mm.
Just
it's like they're
fell over the cliff and that.
people are but people are kind of getting on with each other and not really. All right, you're still going to have skirmishes because that's part of our nature.
There's
But
such a lot of hate in the world now.
yeah, and that I mean, even that we're not. We've got that inherent trait from what we was, what we've evolved from, or what we was adapted from. It wasn't it? You know, monkey, chimpanzee, that gene in there. There was a tribe. I mean, you've seen it.
I don't believe that, man.
No, I say we haven't evolved as such. We've been adapted.
Yeah, we've been
You know,
changed.
we've had stuff.
We have been changed.
We've had a genetic tug to become what we are, but we still share a lot of our genes with, you know, the other
I think what they.
ape family.
I
They're very tribal.
I think.
Apes are very.
Yeah.
They're very. And if you've seen a group of chimpanzees attack another group, they are
They're
brutal.
violent, yeah.
So
very
violent.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we've still got that gene. We've kind of evolved to come away from that. But the problem we have is that we've got people who are in charge that are constantly giving us, oh, fear that person, fear that group. You know,
I mean,
and that's
they're
going-
trying to
Yeah.
split
Yeah.
us and divide us.
Yeah.
and
But we
or
let
they,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's
We
true. Yeah,
absolutely.
or we've had
let
it foisted upon us. You know,
Yeah.
we've making people from that have different
views.
views. Yeah, you don't
Well, if we're fighting each other, we're too busy to be fighting
take
them, aren't
no eyes
Rats in a
away.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that goes back to the very beginning of civilization because the gods that created us, they were fighting amongst themselves.
Mm.
So all we've done is we're carrying on what we've, you know, it's monkey see, monkey do. It's that.
So it's inherent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same monkey see, monkey do. We see those that created us carrying on like that, and indeed they've put it on us to, you know, when they set up the different parts, they basically cut off or turn the world into 4 areas. It's like, right, these gods go to that part, so there'll be the Norse gods up there, there'll be the, you know, the Egyptian gods down here, there'll be the Aztec gods there, and then there'll be, you know, the Asian gods there. And when you think about it, all the different areas they match up because we've all got our own sets of gods, haven't we? And if those gods are one with each other, what are we going to do? So, you know, that's how we bred. And I think at the end of the night, we was possibly coming away from that. You know, I mean, you used to go out. I mean, you guys know when you used to go out the 80s, 90s, it didn't matter. No one really give a monkeys what colour you were, whether you was gay, straight, bi. We just went out. And
they did.
there was still, there was still going to be options, yeah.
You should have tried walking on South End seafront.
I did.
In the 80s or 90s as a gay man or a black man.
I
or
know
an
it
Asian
still
man.
wasn't.
No,
It still
absolutely.
wasn't. It still wasn't. You know, there was still going to be issues, but then the flip side is if you know, as a white guy going walking through certain areas where a white guy was a minority, so then it's then flipped around. The trouble still remained, but there was a lot less of it. We wasn't told to, oh, you can't. Not say you can't say this, you can't say that. It was.
You can't say hurty words now.
No. If you, you can't even
Post stuff.
utter
Yeah.
certain things, and it is, and you get sent to prison. You know, people kind of was as I say, there's still the issues, but people was sort of melding together a bit. I mean, that was what I saw from my times in the clubs and all that, and of course it's you know we're feels like we're reversing. Well, that's what they're trying to do.
Do you think they're Do you think they're the alpha male? They've tried to dumb down the alpha
Absolutely.
male and turn the home carer female into more masculine and.
I think they're just trying to reverse the roles.
No, I think women started taking jobs after the war because all men were dead and there was no one to do them. And suddenly women realised that, oh, we've got jobs, we've got money, we don't have to take the money off our husbands. We have freedom, and women liked that.
That was fine.
I cannot imagine anything worse than a gorilla for a man.
I don't
That
mean
is
that, no.
An alpha male is a man who
I'm
is
just
respected
saying,
his
you know,
feelings,
that as an
is
example.
respectful. You know, you were saying about a certain person earlier that you thought was an alpha male. That is so far from alpha male in my view. I can't imagine, like, alpha male should be a good person, a caring person who knows how to be able to not throw their fists around and gob off at everyone. That's not alpha, that's just aggressive. I think the problem is what women want, and I'm saying this from my experience and from the experience of my female friends, we don't want a bloke who's all like, we don't want that. We don't need that.
And what I've seen, all I've seen is women being beaten up by
Alpha
alpha
males,
males.
yeah.
but they
They're
go
not
back
alpha,
to
they're weak.
That's because
I don't know
it's a learned behaviour.
Yeah. Oh, the only thing I was going to say with regarding when we go to it, which is great. I mean, so there's been women who've been part of some of the greatest discoveries, inventions,
Yeah.
work ethics, all
But they
that.
rarely get recognised for it.
That's true. Yeah. But the flip side, what happened when I was women were encouraged to go to work? Tax revenue doubled.
Yes.
I mean,
And they got the children into schools early.
I mean, I'm only going by
Indoctrinated.
what
So-
my mum
We
went
have
through.
Indie
She was
Media
young.
1916. What's the
having-
topic of chat,
Oh,
guys?
did
We just all over the place, aren't
We've
we?
just gone everywhere tonight. Trying to keep it is Ask Comedian tonight,
And I'm
Um,
thinking, what the?
but we've
no,
kind of bounced
it's
around.
just a chat. And
You told you not to do
Yeah.
it.
He wants to
And
play
he
their
didn't
cards.
like
Yeah, we're going to go back there in a sec.
our foreign way, right? Because he's from Mauritius and they were very, you know, they had all their whatever. And his sister turned around and said, "Oh, my mum used to talk to other men, and he, you know, he didn't like that and beat her up, and you know, left us in the lurch. Left me when I was 3, and she met another guy who was exactly the same, and I'm thinking, why did you, you know, and I'll
But you
grew up
can't,
with
you,
this.
yeah, but you can't ask why, because unfortunately it's a learned behaviour.
Mm.
Most things in our lives are learned behaviours. They're habits are
Yeah.
learned. Your mum learned that's what she was worth. That's all she deserved. The next person she found probably didn't say to her, "Hi, I'm an arsehole. I'm going to beat you up in a few months. But I'm being nice to you now." No, she would have looked at him and she'd have gone, "He seems like a nice bloke." And then when he wasn't quite as nice as she thought he was, she would have gone, "He's not as bad as the last one. I'll take my chances." And then before you know it, you are in, because men who do that are really clever. They're very clever, they're manipulative, they separate you from all of your friends and all of your family,
Yeah.
so you have to rely on them.
Yeah, they're
It's not
manipulate-
about the
they're
woman
manipulators, yeah.
making the mistake, it's about a narcissistic man spotting a vulnerable woman like that at 100 paces and using his ability to manipulate her and get her into that kind of
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah,
But
yeah,
in terms of an
yeah.
alpha male,
Yeah, yeah.
who are the alpha males in the world? Tate. For God's sake, look at anyone with a chin that receding has definitely had his cousins' children. Like seriously, that is not an alpha male.
Yeah.
Look at the state of it. And this is what we're being sold as the alpha male. That's not an alpha male, that's a bully.
Mm.
A horrible, hateful, spiteful bully.
Anyway, so coming up.
Andrew Tate.
Oh, I just
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. Anyway, back
Yeah,
on
so
topic.
that's not really spiritualist stuff, is it? Spiritual.
No.
We can't
Sorry,
get
who
off the
said what
tangent.
on there? Did you say something?
Um,
What was the topic?
What was the topic of chat?
Went massively off base.
Everything and anything.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
kind
but the
of.
trouble is,
It all leads into other things. Doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't lead, I mean, the spiritualness is gone from these people, you know.
So yeah, we're going back on track then. As a spiritual person, we will gravitate towards one another.
We will. Your
Which-
vibe attracts your tribe,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, which as we've learned, particularly.
Yeah.
I think the COVID. I think we all agreed on this. The COVID thing was when you found out who
Yeah.
the people that you needed to be with.
Yeah. And they also, people were looking for more because suddenly a religious book and a prayer
What
wasn't
they-
enough.
No,
So what are NPCs then?
non-player characters, isn't it?
That's when you do Roblox.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's where it come from, wasn't it? It's just people in it, and you see them walk around, they're soulless. You know,
And
It's
there's
just
a lot
nothing-
of
there's
souls.
nothing-
Yeah, they're soulless. I just think they are brainwashed.
yeah.
So they're the NPCs, what we talk about.
No, they've got souls. They're just not at this level yet.
We'll never
They're
will
just, no, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll come here, have their lives or whatever and still decide
Not,
this
not,
is what they want.
not perfect cerebrally.
Mm.
Cerebrally.
be. So
I
Not
don't know.
perfect
Yeah.
cerebral. NPCs.
yeah. I think the COVID thing. I think what they tried to do had the opposite effect.
Yeah, that backfired, didn't it?
Yeah.
Mentally.
Because, as I say, we found out who the people that were in tune with.
Yeah, maybe that was the plan. They knew there would be people that would rebel.
It could have been.
Maybe.
They would have known
Maybe
that. They've
it
done
wasn't
so
a
many
bad thing, maybe it was a
psychological-
good thing to get us all together.
Yeah.
No one's ever looked at it that way, have they?
No, that's you.
That's what we
Yeah,
were
you're
just
going. You
saying.
literally said what I was thinking. It was
Yeah.
maybe we're looking at it as a bad thing, and maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a case of we need to drop this on the world and
Yeah.
see
What the reaction?
see where the wave parts.
So it's a way of weeding out the
The NPCs.
the good from the
Well, not
Wheat
necessarily
from the
good,
the
chaff.
wheat from
yeah.
the chaff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
I know a
explain
few
it.
people that you would refer to as then PCs, but they're actually really nice people. They're just not
They're just going
capable of
Yeah, but
they're not capable of critical thought.
yeah.
They don't
yeah,
actually
I agree with that.
spend time. Look, I mean, I don't want to get political. For example, politics is probably the easy thing. If I'm going to vote, I'm going to read all their
Spiritual.
manifestos.
Yeah.
These people don't think, oh, that's what my mum voted, so I'm
Yeah.
going to vote. They don't go, okay, what's my
Yeah.
situation? What's the situation of those people around me? How will how will my vote help make things better for everyone? They just go, oh, I've always voted them, so I'll always vote. They don't
Yeah. I know
they don't
what you
have
mean.
any critical
Yeah.
thought.
So
they're
is
not
this a
bad
spiritual
people.
person?
No, of course, it's
They
an
might
example.
well be I know a couple of spiritual people who are like that. And they are spiritual and they're very kind, but they don't have
I mean,
the
do you
wherewithal
Do you
of
feel
the,
like they're going through the motions?
I don't know
Not
what
really
they're doing.
stepping. Not really.
So when I say
not really
spiritual,
looking-
they believe in all of this and they're interested and they'll come along to events and stuff like that and they'll, dabble a bit, but they're happy on the sidelines. Happy to watch, maybe get a message, maybe have a little go at some, pendulum stuff, but they don't really want to get too involved. And when it comes to everything, they don't really want to get that. They're bothered by the fighting over in, say, Palestine. They won't put the name on a
No.
on a petition. They wouldn't donate. They wouldn't watch it on telly. They just that's.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
a bit
nice,
sad.
is it?
It's,
Yeah.
They just want to be. They just want peace.
Yeah.
Maybe they're further advanced than we are.
Good, but
They just
No,
haven't
we all
got
want,
the.
we all want peace, but we
No, I mean in their life, they just don't want to hear about
Don't
it. 'Cause
want
if they don't
conflict.
hear about it,
yeah.
they don't have to accept it's there.
Yeah, they shut the door as if it's
Yeah.
not happening. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
I don't think they're soulless. I think maybe they are young souls, or
Just
maybe
don't
this
do
is
that.
all their journey is going to be.
you,
this time.
you just hit an nail on the head there. That could be a younger soul, couldn't it?
Yeah, they've definitely had other
But you-
lives. They wouldn't be here, but they may be here to observe. They may be here to familiarise themselves. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's their mission as new souls
Yeah.
to see who the
No, it's several way around. It's our mission to herd these souls up to the right
oh,
level.
hang on.
But then
That's
there's
what I
also
said.
the nature-nurture debate.
Mm.
How much of that comes from their families and how they've grown up and what they've experienced in
Yeah.
their childhood and
See,
growing up?
So both of you have come from spiritual families, haven't you? Your mum and
Oh, everyone in my family is,
was
yeah,
it your mum as well?
generations back.
yeah. So it's gone down the line with both of you. Me, I don't know of anyone in my family. that
You do,
was-
because everyone's spiritual. Everyone
Well,
wants
yeah,
to-
but no
They just
one's
don't
Not
pursue
that we
it.
know of, anyway.
no one's none that I know of has
no
ever
one has
gone
actively
down.
pursued it.
Yeah, no one I know has ever gone down.
I
that
mean, my
line.
mum was spoke to spiritual, but she didn't want to look at that. She
I
didn't-
would
she didn't want to
say
look
my
at it.
mum was
She
an
didn't
I'd
want to
say my mum was an English. And looking now, I think I opened out in a brutal way because I lost my mum, and it was about that time I started opening out. So my gifts starting came in a very brutal fashion. I'm just reading.
Well, I had a rude awakening, so that's
Yeah.
how we all, most of us
Yeah.
started off.
Right. Yeah. Just check a couple of messages. Not the soldiers you dig up. You dip in the egg, Karen. Oh, I think Neil's responding.
Toast, yeah.
Yeah, not the soldiers you dip in egg. That was from Neil. In the what's the topic of chat? Neil says Gloria is speaking from the heart. A lot of truth in it. So
Oh,
you've
thank
got.
you,
Yeah,
Neil.
thanks for that,
It's
Neil.
always from my heart, Neil.
Yeah, yeah.
always.
Yeah, this
Even
is why
if
we
people
love
don't
Gloria.
agree.
Yeah, we don't agree with Gloria sometimes,
Oh,
but
we
we know she's
all got a disagreement.
but she speaks as she finds, and that's what we love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says what she
And I
finds.
can only speak from my experience. And the people around me, I can't really comment on other stuff because I can't. So.
And Indy said, I have tried my hand at ghost hunting a few times, never had anything happen.
Who
But
said that?
this is Indie Media. Hello, Indy. Yeah.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah. It will happen. Just be patient, and when it does, you'll be like, "Oh my
What is
days."
Don't push it, don't force it, let it
Yeah,
happen.
let
that's
it happen. It has been the same for every one of us. I remember the first time my K2 went off, which was on my second visit it was my second ever investigation, and it was the garrison, and look what that led on to. The amount of times we've been over there, or I've been over there for all different things. So the garrison was my first time, and then the first time my dowsing rod smoothed was at the garrison. And I'm not, these are going, I'm not doing it.
What, you're finding water?
We were,
No, I was asking questions like, oh my days, they're moving.
Yeah, no,
we
I
were
know.
over at Wake Queen Steps.
Hello, James.
Past couple of evenings, and I've got to say the energy over there is really strange at the moment.
Wait, it's
Particularly
stairs,
round,
yes.
so you, or maybe it's just me, I've been there for a while.
Round the
If
sea
you
wall.
follow it round until you get to the bit where the firing range is and there's something there, something going on there, it's just. And I was walking along, the signs up now saying they're filming, they've got cameras going, but they always have.
Yeah. Hang on,
And
James.
as you walk round towards the bridge, I said to Ash, should we go back now? It really felt weird. Like, I wasn't scared, I just like, I don't quite feel like I'm alone. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's because there's cameras and they're watching us, but there's always been cameras there. I've always known that they're very on the ball, so yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
perhaps you're aware that
So maybe
they'll be
popping back
spied
there
on
will
you.
be-
That was in the list.
Yeah, but
that
I
wasn't
didn't
on the
walk
list.
up the Broomway either time. Perhaps I will.
Right, just James says, Adam, you've been to the Garrison in Purfleet. No. We need to check out Purfleet. There was, I think the only thing I've done there remotely spiritual was when Adam from Paranormal Essex and myself, we got together with Paige one evening to talk about doing a collaboration, which turned into like After Dark Paranormal. We only ever done one episode of that, but yeah, there was an episode in Purfleet. It was nothing to do with the Garrison, but it was in Paige's house. Now she had problems in one of her rooms, and so Paige known for a while. It's frustrating because I don't see her much, but you know she's got a young family and everything, and she's very tied up with things. But she's a very gifted lady, and yeah, she said there was issues going on upstairs in her house, and it felt like there was a portal there. So I went upstairs. I can't remember the ins and outs of it, but it was a case of, right, I had my dowsers out and I'm asking, is it this, is it that? And they're saying no. Or was it, did I use this? I can't remember. I think I might have used this as a pendulum. And then I looked at Paige and I'm like, she knows how to protect herself, like you guys do. And I just looked and I thought, Paige, you look vulnerable to me. And I just gave her this. I went, hold on to that. Just hold on to that. Nothing will come near you. So I've given her that. And I think I used something else for pendulum or
you know that whoever's listening doesn't know what you're giving her because they can't see what you're
No, I know. I'm trying to watch the comments as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, anyway.
I just thought you might want to clarify that.
Yeah, so, yeah. I was using my necklace, which is the one I've got with the Mjolnir. And I've given to me, it's a highly protective emblem, or whatever you want to call it. I gave it to Paige because she looked vulnerable to me. So that's what I did. I think I used another, we found another pendulum or something to use. And it turned out the thing that was causing the issue was a piece of jewellery. There was something attached to it, or it was opening out. Whatever it was doing, it was causing the problems. And I said, right, this is saying it's in that box there. You need to find what's in there and get rid of it. And the next day she said the room's completely changed. It's clear, there's no problems. But that's the only, so far, experience I've had with Purfleet and so with Paige's house. But yeah, we'll make a note of that. Purfleet. Because
I didn't know there was a Garrison in Purfleet.
no. Right. So indie media, me and a few friends went to an abandoned cemetery in Richmond.
I've
In
got
London.
to say, Indy,
Oh, yeah.
ghosts don't tend to hang around their dead bodies. I mean, if you're going to go on a ghost hunt, the least likely place will be a churchyard.
Yeah, that is very true.
Why, when you've got all this freedom and you're no longer trapped inside a physical body, would you just hang around your coffin or your ashes? Particularly if your body's been there for 50 odd years or something, yeah. You know, you're better off going to an old building, a museum, something
With
where,
history.
yeah, with a little bit of history. Castles are really good if you become a member of English Heritage and just go to one of their free places that are open the whole time. That I would
I'd say
recommend
that,
something
I
like
mean,
that.
I'd say there are certain churches, but again, it's not to do with who's buried there. It's to do with events
Yeah, the
that's happened.
Bradwell, some people
Yes,
on the wall,
yeah.
that guy who came running in,
Yeah.
I don't think he died there. It was just something he was showing me that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's dead now because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I can honestly say, I don't think I've ever been to a graveyard and picked up anyone who's buried there.
No.
I may have sensed people there, but they're not people who are buried there. They're just maybe people who have visited the place. or who knows? Maybe someone dropped in the graveyard. Who
Well,
knows?
we did not so long ago.
Yeah, but that was a Viking battle.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, so that was
That-
that was
that-
a remnant.
It just happened to be at that site.
Yeah, so
site.
it's nothing to do with
And
anything.
the other one was, do you remember when we went over to Great Baddow and my ancestor come through, John Ball?
That's right.
It was nothing to do with
Yeah.
being buried there, it was to do with events that happened there. So, yeah, I mean, our collective advice to you, Indy,
Yeah.
is that what we do is we turn the story into a detective and look into the areas where we're interested in and see if anything that's happened, you know, whether it's a battle, whether it's someone got killed,
Some event. Anyway.
yeah, some sort of event, you'll probably find something.
Where, Indy, whereabouts are you? Are you based in London?
Well, Richmond's London.
Yeah, but where's Indy?
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, Indy, where were you based, mate? Just while Indy's coming back. James said, it's the only one left in Britain intact.
Wow. Is it
Oh,
accessible?
the garrison intact. Think you'll get a lot of activity there. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
go inside. Got old World War II Spitfire Rolls-Royce engines. Oh, James, don't say that. I'm off, mate. Even stuff off the Titanic.
Ooh, should have some residue.
All right.
there, shouldn't it?
No, James, massive kudos to you, mate. We'll look into that.
Always after nice places.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, that'd have been easier than my trip out on the bloody Medway, you know. Well, it's 11:10.
Oh my god. I'll lift Ash at his friend's house and go to go and get him sugar.
All right.
Has
Okay.
Indy not come back with where she is? They are.
Not yet. We're waiting for that. I mean, whilst we're waiting for Indy to come back to let us know what area he's in or she's in.
They're in.
Do we have any other questions or any card readings, anything like that? Just juice.
Yeah. Bit of apple and mango. From concentrate, so absolutely loaded with sugar.
Yeah, it's going to be in it.
And something like that by the time we get home. Obviously.
You'll be
I
bouncing around the walls.
got sacked from the juice factory because I couldn't concentrate.
No. Oh, you went
I
there.
went there, yeah, I know. Best I could
He's
do.
off again.
Yeah, just save the dad jokes for when you're being dad.
Yeah.
You should have moved on to granddad jokes now anyway.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a heaven.
I think she went to sort of dogs out, the kid, dog out,
Mm.
the kids or something.
God, we've gone quiet.
Yeah.
First time in like 2 hours.
And the fart machine hasn't gone off. Wow.
No, the smoke alarm did.
That,
Yeah.
That's like
that was
first.
really odd.
Maybe it's a sign that Heather needs to give up smoking.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi guys, just a quickie. What about going to the cage in St Joseph? Steve
Yes.
Steve Higgins, that was.
We want that. We want to go there.
Wow, oh, the cage.
The cage.
Yeah.
In St. Joseph, yeah.
Now we did try to get in there last year, and the reason being is my son, his effective mother-in-law, runs a pub in St Joseph. It's called the Red Lion. So a bit of a plug there if you're in St Joseph and you want a good pint and a bit of food, go to the Red Lion and say Adam sent us up here. But she was in contact with whoever's involved with the cage.
Is it
And she
sold
did-
or something?
Yeah, it's forever up for sale, that place. I don't know why.
Oh, I wonder.
Must be a lot
So
of
we need to
activity.
buy it and then we can go in there whenever
Well,
we
just
like.
wait till it comes down to like £10-15 or something because no one wants it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will try and get in there again, whether it's ourselves or the club we're doing Paranormal Essex. We'll get in there one way or the other. James said, "Oh yeah, before I forget, Dracula's house across from it as well." Oh, what from? Oh, from the garrison. That's weird.
What, from
Dracula's
Dra-
house in, I've got to look this up. I know
Yeah.
being on my phone online is not really appropriate.
No, I think it's fine on this occasion. Yeah, on the corner. Okay.
perfect.
I only
on
spelled Dracula
scene.
with a Dre.
In Bram Stoker's Dracula, Carfax Abbey,
Carfax.
Dracula's residence in Purfleet is described as a large old house near a lunatic asylum, while the novel describes a house of all periods back, I should say, to medieval times, according to a blog post. Purfleet's Dracula collection, the actual house
Okay.
that inspired this description was likely Purfleet House, built in 1791 by Samuel Whitbread.
Mm.
The house, though not as old as the novel suggests, was a large prominent building in Purfleet with connections to a chalk quarry and a picturesque garden. I don't think it's still there.
Okay. Well, James says there's a plaque on the house. So
Was
it's,
that like a little castle?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm trying
No,
to.
sorry, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Gray's Castle. There used to be a castle in Gray's.
I always wanted to ask to go in, but no one ever answered the door. Looks like an old cottage. Okay.
Where's that?
That's the one in Purfleet. with
Oh,
the plaque on
Belmont
it.
Castle, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I mean, funny enough,
My
I've
ex-mum
been
in
up
Upper
to. I went up to Whitby a couple of years ago, and obviously Whitby is the home of Dracula. And what a fantastic place Whitby is.
Amazing.
It's just great.
Yeah.
I just so want
Yeah,
to
it's
go up
fab.
there again.
Fab.
Yeah.
Whitby Abbey is like one of my favourites.
Mm.
Whitby Abbey, Tintagel Castle.
Yes, that's what our new logo is based on, Whitby Abbey. But yeah, that was a great place, and the history of Dracula is just amazing. The characters in Bram Stoker's Dracula were based on people you come across,
Oh,
so they were based on real people.
that's really cool.
Isn't it? It's right. James said it's got a thatched roof.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, Indy, if you're still there, mate, yeah, if you let us know what area you're from, because we're going to wrap
I
it.
wasn't prying, but just in case you're still listening, but you don't want to share your area, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you
that's
are
great.
based anywhere in sort of North East London, in Barking there is Barking Abbey. It's the oldest abbey in the UK, and it was a really, really important centre for the religious community. So it's ruins now, but it's free to get in, so you can just turn up there any time. So if you want to go sort of when there aren't people around, it's just off the town centre, maybe a 5-minute walk from the station.
That's interesting.
So I was just assuming you're in London because
I'll
you
send
said
you
you
off
went to
Google Maps.
Richmond. But,
All right. Cheers, James.
We was going to go to Highgate.
Highgate
Cemetery.
Cemetery. Yes. Yeah, that's also
What
true.
happened to that?
we didn't go.
No, we haven't been yet, have we?
So the cemetery's still there.
Nothing like state.
But we're
novels,
not.
is it, eh?
No.
Well,
But that'd be a day.
question.
I mean, that'd be a daytime visit, though, wouldn't it?
Weird questions.
Because it's locked at night, so it'll be a daytime.
Yeah.
So pretty much Saturday or Sunday.
Epping Forest might be a...
You on your own there.
Hey.
You're on your own in Epping Forest. I'm not going to the forest with 2 men. Weirdos, you'll cut me up and bury me somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god, and then you can go back and do a ghost hunt and I'll come through
Yeah,
for
why
you.
not? Yeah.
Excellent idea. Thanks for volunteering.
If you go on the right day, the SBS do their training on Thames. They're quite a spectacle. Oh, that'd be something. Yeah.
James, stop
What a
it.
special boat.
He's going to leave right now and camp up there.
Yeah. And I'll go out my own boat, catch them up.
Yeah.
I'll probably conk
If
out.
your engine conks out,
Yeah.
you had it.
Yeah, the engine probably conk out. But yeah, do you know, funny enough, I did see the River Police up there once. That was quite fun to watch. And like, it's the one time I sat there and gone, I'd actually like to join the police if they do that. Same time. It's, really hasn't come back, so
That's
we'll give it a couple of minutes and
And then call it a
Yeah.
day.
yeah, it's 10 much and plus 11.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a late one because a certain person.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. This was run late
I lost
tonight.
track of time.
Oh, you did.
Can you not set an alarm on your phone?
Yeah, that's true. I could have done.
No, his phone's not working properly, is it?
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, nothing works.
No, I've got no data.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right.
Yeah. You're a one. You're a one.
All right, James. Yeah, good to hear from you, mate. I'll probably catch up with you on Facebook if nowhere else. So, good night, and yeah, all the best.
See you soon.
See you soon. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. We'll give Indy 2 minutes.
Alright, so we shouldn't have said bye yet then.
No, it's only bye to James.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Sorry.
And then we've got another James, James Power. Dixon Cider. What?
Really? That's rude, isn't it?
That's not very
Oh,
nice,
no.
James.
No, hang on. That's that Dickens drink, apple juice.
Apple juice.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I think. that's
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Dixon Cider.
We're off of the spirits. That kind of spirit.
Okay, right. Oh, I think we'll call it. Yeah, I mean, Indy, if you want to drop us a private message where you're from, mate, that's fine. But yeah, I think we'll call it there because it's time's ticking. Look at every moment.
Did you do a read? Did you use the cards?
No, no ratings tonight.
I won't even have used those anyway.
Right?
I wouldn't have used those.
No?
I haven't used them before, I might have got it wrong.
Yeah, but the one card that came out there was spot on.
Yeah, alright. Shush!
Just saying. But that was one card, so yeah.
Exactly.
Technically, you've got 1 in 52 chance of getting it right.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, yeah, we're going to leave it there. Yeah, it's been a great evening actually. Great having Gloria back.
Yeah.
I've been missing for ages. And
Forgotten what you all look like.
yeah. So once again, thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, come and join us Wednesday. I can't remember. I can't remember what the blooming content was. I've done so much today. So no, it'll be next Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
First Wednesday of the month.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking recorded content.
Oh, sorry,
Recorded content will be next Wednesday. But I'll let you know on Monday what that is.
What's the subject for the next round table?
Good question. What do you want to do? Because the last one was really good. We did the film messages.
Yeah, I know.
Were we going to talk about music or something? Was it music or?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do music.
What, the music, harmonics,
We touched on it
like,
tonight.
vibrations.
Or,
Yeah.
or the symbolism in music songs.
And
Yeah.
it's done that you can play backwards.
Oh.
Freddy's a devil. Freddy's a devil. Freddy's a devil.
That's weird.
Oh God, it's like it works. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not doing that.
Freddy's a devil.
You're a DJ.
I am.
So
Yeah.
You obviously know about
Yeah.
this.
Did you not watch Good Morning Vietnam? Play the record back. Listen, Freddy is the devil. Anyway, yeah. So next Wednesday, a bit of recorded content, and on the next round table, which will be the first Wednesday in August. How do we get to August? What's happening?
Oh my God, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
That's bonkers. We will be doing a round table session based on music and messages in it. Thanks again. Love and light and good rest of the lot of you.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
So mature, isn't it?
You don't change.
No.
Yeah, he's not wearing the same t-shirt.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, I'm not.